Good evening, all. I think resource person is not yet joined. I think participants only we are here. There is no space for resource person as of now. So there is an update for you. I think I will try to get one of my friend to just give a space to the resource person. We'll wait for that. Up to that, I think someone you can introduce yourself. I will make arrangement that. Please.
So there is space. There are 91 participants right now.
Now it is 100 in my.
Okay, it's showing me 91. So
100 and then waiting. There are few of them in going and wait. 19 meeting and remaining waiting. Okay, we don't meet all. Now the room is full. I have to find out the resource person.
So usually for such sessions, usually for such sessions, we have the resource person come in at least 15 minutes early and log in to prevent such things.
Yes, maybe, but madam will be there and on time. I think sometime it will happen. There are many participants. They are very curious. They are.
Good sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Ashrafi, Annai College of Education, Assistant Professor.
Okay,
Yes, good afternoon.
Ma'am will join.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I think she's in a phone call. I received a call from her. Ma'am, up to that, you can introduce yourself and give the feedback about this institute you have attended.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Ashrafi, Annai College of Education, sir. Monam.
Yes, ma'am. Tell ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I am Dr. Uma Maheshwari, Principal, Miyasi College of Education, sir.
Fine.
And our maximum all the staff are attending, sir, and they are very happy. And really, on my personal note, I can say it is very useful and informative also. Really, it's stress buster also, I can say. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. I'm
Good afternoon,
John
sir.
Lewis. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Please tell me, sir.
I'm John Lewis from Stella Mathusana College of Education, Ashok Nagar, Chennai.
Yes, sir.
I'm able to watch you as a chief guest or as a coordinator.
Good afternoon,
Whatever that
sir.
you take up, you're on time and meticulously you start and end it also in meticulous manner. So I really appreciate you and thank you for good work that you're doing, sir. So far, thanks a lot, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Ma'am, good afternoon.
I am Ashrafi, sir, Annai College of Education, sir, Kumbakonam, Assistant Professor.
Fine, ma'am. Happy to see you here.
Sir?
Yes, and then I would like to introduce, there are four facilitators, and they are also waiting in that room. One is Dr. Veena, I think she joined already, and another one is Mr. Krishnan, and next one is Dr. Subhasri, and the third one is Dr.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, this is Dr. R.K.P. Kaliammal, Chandravadhanam College of Education, MRK Trust, Kadalur District, sir. I am a principal of the college. Thank you for a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Really, we spend a valuable time and meticulously. It is very useful for everyone. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Suresh.
Yes, sir.
Suresh.
Oh, welcome.
Professor Hans Werner.
Oh, he's there.
No, I'm saying no, that name has not come, so that's why.
Yeah, Professor Hans Werner is one of the team 4 member, and one more person, Dr. Chandra, is from Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah, another team member is there. they are waiting in the room. We'll see. I think, sir, we have to give a space to that. Ma'am, anyone volunteers? Anyone volunteers?
Hello.
A space to the resource person?
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes. Ananya.
Okay, sir, I will leave and all the very
Yeah, we are having
best, sir. So,
one space is there, you can stay there.
yeah, I will leave, sir. Okay. All the best, sir. Bye.
Yeah, Ananya. Ananya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is a space is there. Some of my friend already given space. Ma'am, you can stay on line.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
And one more update for you all. And the coming days, we are having many resource persons with different teams. I was approached many universities around the world, and then most of them were positively replied for our webinar session. Probably we may have one from India and one from other country. Will have a resource person for coming days. For your information. And we plan to have around 300 webinars. As of now, we are nearing 33. 70 webinars they are going to conduct on mental health and well-being.
Hello.
And there are feedback, based on your feedback, what they are doing, they are inviting the and if you find some of the most effective, just send your feedback in a WhatsApp or in mail. We will keep your info, and that will help us to invite the resource person who took already. In different, we will invite them for that.
Suresh, am I audible?
Yes, sir, please,
sir. I have some few announcement I would like to make. Friends, we have been overwhelming response we have. So that is why this is post in the groups. So anything you can send a message to either Mr. Suresh or to me. You can send. We will reply as soon as possible. Number one. Number two, since it is only 100, we will be uploading the video, the content, the lecture part. We will be uploading in YouTube and maybe Facebook. That with the Suresh expertise, we will be uploading it in these two places. So then you can look at it also for the hearing the lectures. And everyone was asking for PPT. So PPT, some places we don't get PPT, and some lectures are not with PPT, and some resource people will not share the PPT. So in those places we will not be able to share it. But we are generous enough that wherever we are getting, we are giving it, so you can use it. That won't be a problem. And third, as far as the certificate is concerned, the form is given. So in the form, please fill it up, the course that you are attending, and you submit it. Then you will get the e-certificate. So that you can that you can download it from your mobile or wherever you want to. So that is the way it will be. And you can give the feedback in both the places, either to my mobile, that's 9944632323, or Dr. Suresh Kumar's mobile. You can send the feedback. And in concert with other people like Dr. Shubhashri Veena, we will tell you. You can send there. Okay. And we request you to keep your when the session starts, please keep your mic on mute mode, so that there is absolutely no noises coming, like bird dogs screeching and vessels rolling around and all these things. So it gets little distractions. So that'll be a great thing if you could. It'll be a great help if you do it. Okay. So please take care of that part. And when during the question answer session, please have your questions very precise, so that it will be easy for no time is wasted, so that the resource person also will be able to answer it quickly. Otherwise, if a full story is given, then the session will get over, even the question may not be addressed. So I really appreciate your cooperation on this. Thank you very much.
Krishnan sir, I had a doubt. Can I ask you? Hello.
Yes, Ekta.
Sir, sir mentioned about certificates. So I wanted to know, for the ones that previously attended, should we write a form for each of the sessions that we have attended and send it?
No, for previous, there is another form where you can have multiple course names you can enter.
Okay, sir. Have
Only from today, it will be separate. For earlier ones, it is cumulative. You can list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can submit.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Suresh, I think ma'am is already there. From the waiting room, I cleared it.
Ma'am, welcome, ma'am.
Yes, yes, Suresh.
Yes,
Sorry, I got a bit delayed.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry, everybody. Yeah.
Ma'am, on behalf of the Department of Psychology, American College, and on behalf of the participants over here, I welcome you for that amazing webinar series on mental health and well-being. And one of the most sought-out resource person here with us, Dr. Narpini Charan, ma'am.
Thank you.
After 3 topics, ma'am said, okay, I can able to share my experience, definitely will help you on. We enjoyed 2 previous sessions with ma'am, and when you look into the YouTube, most of the viewers, they like her videos. You can check there personally if you visit her. And today, madam is going to enlighten with the topic, enriching the relationship, which was the topic most of the respondents were asked in the previous sessions. Ma'am, for you, you can take over the session and share your experience on it. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you once again. At first, I would like to apologize for being delayed by, say, 13 minutes. So, till what time do I have, Suresh? I'm sorry? Till?
30 minutes, ma'am.
30 minutes. Fair. Done. Okay. I hope I'm audible to everybody, because there was a confusion from my laptop. I'm not able to, therefore I'm doing it from my phone. So I hope I'm audible to everybody. Fine. Enriching relationship is a very sought topic, because
because today we are seeing a lot of relationship issues. It is not only between couples, it is also between any two individuals. It could be between a mother and a child, it could be between a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, friends, it could be between maid and the owner of the house. It's relationship, totally I'm talking of. But probably we can, starting from a broader framework, we can look into the narrower part when it comes to relationship pertaining to marriage. Fine. What is the need for us to enrich our relationship? When it is a relationship itself, it is decided or it is proved or it is understood, whatever, that it is going to be happily lived ever after. Therefore, it is enriched. So everything was there in it. But are we seeing it today in such a case? Is a question. Is the the relationship that we are seeing today being as it needs to be? How clear are we in this? Is because the primary part that I would like to talk on enriching relationship is how do we handle a relationship in such a way that it gets the best fit. The first thing that we need to learn in this is communication. Again, there is a question: are we not communicating? Are we not talking to each other? Communication does not just come from the word just expressing what you want to say. It is something where the other person needs to receive, understand and decode and react in the way that you want them to, or you expect them to understand what you're saying. Therefore, communication is a cornerstone for any relationship. Be it any relationship, the communication needs to be clear. How crisp are you communicating? How concise is your communication? How coherent is your communication? How correct is your communication? Don't forget Tirukkural. It is just 2 lines, not even 2 lines, 1.75, but it has got so much of meaning in it. Therefore, your communication needs to be so clear that you explain to the other person what is required, because no relationship goes stronger if you do not express what you want. Please do not expect the other person, whoever it may be, to understand without expressing what your needs are or what your wants are. So try to understand and explain what you want from the other person. When I say communication, there are level styles of communication. There's something called as a vertical style, where one person in the relationship will be on top and the other person will be the subservient. The person on top, you do that. That is called as vertical style of communication, which is not successful unless there is, even a leader. We don't want to have a person who can stand on top. We want somebody who can walk with us. So this vertical style of relationship probably in those days was okay when it became, a boss and a subservient, or a housemaid and a owner of the house, or a school student and a teacher or a principal, whatever. But now the vertical style is not that great. But then there is another, level interaction. From vertical, we have a level interaction which is complementary and which is symmetrical. Complementary is both of them are trying to complement each other in the relationship, make them understand that you're important or your views are important, I accept it, and they go on discussing about things before they decide. Then you have this symmetrical where there is a power struggle. My point is right, though there is a level, there's always a power struggle. I'm right, you are right. Yesterday what you told was wrong, or today what I told is wrong. There's always a power struggle between them. Then you have a parallel level of communication where there is so much of importance given to the other person. You let the other person talk what they want to, you let the other person express their feeling, then you talk, or then you give them an answer which goes parallelly. So develop a style of communication which is suitable for any relationship, if you could see, vertical style might not suit always, or for most of the time, vertical style does not suit because that leads to a lot of complication. It could be complementary or parallel. That is more enriching, and it lets the other person express what they want in a way that they don't have to fear or they don't have to withhold anything. So communication is primary in enriching a relationship. Secondly, you need to understand, during this phase of Corona, we are all talking of social distancing, boundary. In relationship, long ago, there was something called as boundary that was set. We have something called as public distance. That will be the last circle of the bubble. That will be the final bubble, where we call it as the public distance, which is 12 feet away. Then we have social distancing, which is 4 to 12 feet. That is, it could be family and friends. You could invite them. It could be some acquaintance. Need not be family. It could be acquaintance where, you meet them, you talk to them at a distance which is between 4 to 12 feet. Then you have something called as a personal distancing, where you have your family and friends, within 4 feet. You invite them home, you invite them into your circle when there is a need, and you leave you let them leave the circle when they need. So that is called as personal. Then you have something called as an intimate. It is an intimate distance zone where you share with the person whom you have a relationship, which starts from 0 to 4 feet. It is a direct contact to 4 feet contact. So that shows how intimate the relationship is. So please don't forget, you need to have a boundary where it is, one is the intimate, then comes person, then comes social, then comes public. So this distancing of boundary, if it is properly drawn, when you draw a boundary properly, not that anybody can encroach your relationship. Very important, why we talk of other people encroaching the relationship is, of late we are coming across a lot of confusion in a relationship because of a third party intervening in it. Third party in the sense who is definitely not. If you could read today's paper, there was one person who's gone using the social media, trying to cheat so many females, posting to be, a very masculine person or helpful. He's done multiple roles. He's posted a masculine role and he's gone helping people around. So these women are being carried away by them. So that is where you don't know where to place the relationship. So you need to have a boundary in having people drawn into your intimate relationship, which will cause problems. When I say boundary, you need to have a boundary with the person in the relationship also. Even in the intimate relationship, there needs to be a space. When I say boundary, I mean space here, where you need to develop yourself. You need to have some growth of yourself, which can happen when there is a distancing or a space given for the other person equally to enrich themselves and grow. Not all the time you can sit together holding hands. Even if this is lockdown, 24/7, the couple, I feel, or anybody, mother and child or brother and sister, anybody will need to have their own space where they can go and do something to enrich themselves. It could be just listening to music or talking to another friend or reading a book or just lying down, doing some activity of your own. So don't make a relationship claustrophobic by expecting the person to be with you all through the day, which will make the relationship or get strained. So it is better that you have a space, a personal space where you grow and you let the other person grow. So first, primary is communication. 2 is boundary setting. 3 is growth in a space where you get your freedom of breathing and evolving to a better person, so that the relationship is also enriched in the process. So you must understand that this space is not to run away from the relationship or break the relationship. Rather, it is something where you develop yourself, you enhance yourself, so that it reflects on the relationship and you enrich the relationship. Then comes the most important factor, empathy. Are we empathetic in a relationship? How empathetic are we? Can we be empathetic? You know, keep yourself in the shoes of the other person is what immediately all of us say. But when it comes to relationship, when it comes to a power struggle, or when it comes to some, conflict or some argument, empathy is not there. So you must remember, in any relationship, you need to have empathy to think first, what is the other person really meaning here? Why is he or she behaving like that? What could be the reason? Therefore, empathy is very, very important. Like communication, something which is equally important is your love bank. Everybody who is newly married or in a relationship, any relationship which is new, we try to give the best for it, or we are the best at it. But as time weans away, we forget about it and we start, doing what we like or taking the other person for granted. That is where the relationship gets diluted. So what you must understand is, like, you have a bank account, you need to deposit money every month for an RD, or if it is savings account, there is an interest which keeps accumulating. Whatever, it needs to grow. Even money needs to grow, relationship needs to grow, for which you must understand that you cannot take the other person in the relationship for granted. Rather, you must give them the feeling that they are wanted. From granted to wanted, there's a lot of difference. You make the person have the sense of belonging. They must feel they are there, for, or you are there for them, that they are accepted in the relationship and their presence is wanted in the relationship. See, every relationship, when it happens, it is so nice. People are in the honeymoon phase. They're very happy and all that stuff. But then why does it fade away? Because we give more importance to other things. But when you start with your love bank, you must understand that you should prioritize what is important. Ask yourself, what is the objective? When you do a research, you ask yourself, what is the objective of this research? What am I trying to do? So in any relationship, ask yourself, what is the objective of this relationship? What do I need to do? What is it that both of us are looking for in a relationship? So look for the objective of it. Then definitely prioritize. When you know in this relationship, say if your objective is to be happy, to keep the marriage survive, or to keep the love in it evergreen. Could you excuse me for a minute, all of you, please?
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you. You need to prioritize what you want. When your objective is to keep the love going, when the objective is to enrich the marriage, you need to prioritize what is lacking in that. Say it could be communication, it could be a physical relationship, it could be hanging out together, it could be talking love language, it could be anything. So prioritize what is your need, for which you need to be open. Then you set an accountability. Both of you sit and set an accountability, like, this is what we identified as the problem. So this is going to be the solution. So once you identify, you have the objective, and you prioritize, you take accountability and decide on what time or how much time you will be spending for each other in enriching the relationship. So that comes more important, because your love bank otherwise starts replenishing. That is, the money gets dissolved. Like, they say you deposit, and if you don't go and find out from the bank, finally one day your money is gone. Similarly, in any relationship, what you invest cannot stand there as FD. It needs to grow. So you need to add on more to it. So see to it, what is it that you need to do? And most of the time, the relationship is not being well received because there is no openness in communication. When I'm talking of communication, it is a vast topic. That is why I'm touching more on, communication, so that at least one part of it I will be able to explain. So most of the time, what we think in the person in the relationship is, in an ideal relationship, be it marriage or anything, I need to do all the sacrifice. Therefore, if I sacrifice, I am the so-called best person or the wife or the mother or whatever. But after a point, what happens is you start picking up a feeling that you are only doing everything and the other person is not doing anything for you. There's some form of frustration or anger that you feel irritated doing this for the person, because your sacrifice has never been explained or never been understood by the other person, because you have not voiced it. So when you make a sacrifice, see to it, it is mutual and it is not a silent sacrifice. When I say mutual, like both the couple or both the people in the relationship, they sit, talk about, these are the things that we will be sacrificing, or I will be sacrificing for you. Therefore, we will get something beneficial for both of us. So that should be a point where that you explain openly or communicate openly what you are sacrificing and what is the need for sacrifice. Then comes the most important point, like communication, trust. I've spoken on communication, I've spoken on love. Next comes trust. Trust in a relationship is very important. Once trust is gone, there is no love in the relationship. Why do we need to trust somebody? Is it mandatory? Definitely, if you do not trust the person, you cannot be comfortable with the person. Imagine you employing a maid and you don't trust them. What will you do? You'll always go behind them to check whether they're not taking anything from the house. This happens in any relationship. If you do not trust the person, therefore, you will not be happy in the relationship. Most of the time, you will be looking for what is happening, what is the other person doing, and we call it the so-called possessiveness. There is no terminology possessiveness relating in a relationship. It is just what I call it as, if there is possessiveness, there is no proper relationship. So insecurity is something which crops out as possessiveness. When there is insecurity, understand the relationship is strained. So you need to work on your insecurities. So trust is a very important factor in any relationship for that matter. So you need to be open, expressively communicating what is it that you are or what is it that you relationship. If there is no trust, no marriage functions or no relationship functions properly. When trust is there, automatically there is respect for emotions. The emotional well-being of the other person is taken into consideration. This respect and the empathy go hand in hand. Only when you are empathetic will you be able to understand or respect the emotions and feelings of the other person. Therefore, what is more important is, it is not by verbally talking to somebody alone, but even respecting the emotions of the other person, for which the non-verbal communication is also very, very important. A person in a relationship may respect a value or a relation, a spirituality or a religion or any ideology for that matter. If you respect the person, you may not be in tune with their ideology, but it is still okay as far as it is not detrimental for them or the society. Respect their emotions and allow them to practice it. I'm repeating, if it is not detrimental for them or for the society or for the relationship, there is nothing wrong in allowing them to practice whatever their ideology is. So you definitely need to understand and respect the emotions of the person. Only then their love is being realized. Only then you are secure in a relationship, or you're making the other person feeling secure in a relationship.
Ma'am, sorry to disturb. Ma'am, we are running out of time. We will come back again. All the participants, please come back. We'll have the session again. Please click on the same link. We will come back. Ma'am, we will join soon, ma'am.
Yeah.
Huh? Thank you. Thank you so much.